accomplishment, you know.
It's like, one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's yours. Yeah, it's a big accomplishment. Yeah, we live still. But yeah, no, that's definitely
We live.
Let me just check Twitch quickly and see how it's looking like.
We fly high. We ballin'.
You don't think 9 is a good return? First season in the Premier League.
9 goals. It's a good.
Because you're going to be in a struggling team.
From 32.
Yeah, but whatever team you're going to be in, you're going to be in a struggling team. Because you've just come up. You're not going to get much of the ball. So getting 9 goals, that means you're like you must be clinical.
What if I see his chance? How many chances? If he had like 120 chances and he only got 9 goals.
It depends though. It depends on the XG, you feel me?
Yeah, let's find out what the XG is.
Yeah, it depends on the XG as well. So
if man had 926 shots and only got 9 goals in, boy, that's not really good.
Man said 926 shots.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's looking good. You happy with that?
Yeah, good man.
Yeah, come. Pause.
My badge is shining, so it's alright.
Alright. Oh yeah, the microphones. Which microphone is which microphone?
3 is not being used.
1 and 2 is us, yeah. Yeah, I'm 2.
Cool. Ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god.
Boys and girls.
Oh shit.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth.
You ain't lied yet.
Yeah?
I ain't lied yet.
Trust me.
Yet.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth. I am your host.
With the most.
PJ, your mate number 9. Woo! The WWE legend has returned. It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
Across from me from my co-host is...
Across from you? No, across from you, brother.
No, across from me.
Yeah, across.
Oh, you mean across...
Yeah, because you know, like normally across
not across the flank.
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh. That's why I was like,
alright.
Seeing people.
So my co-host next to me,
yeah,
you see me,
Uncle Colo, aka Mr. Believe. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying?
You know what I'm saying? What you telling me?
Not in Hyatt no more, yeah?
Huh?
Not in Hyatt no more.
What's this? What's all these allegations? Accusations.
All these accusations.
Rick Ross voice.
Asking all them questions.
Yeah, I was saying.
Asking all them questions.
For real.
You see me?
But yeah, man's good still. What you telling me?
I'm good, man. I'm there, man.
We couldn't sort out someone's work visa this week still.
Trust me, the work visa isn't working still.
We had to leave him. He got left in Ecuador because he's doing a quick trip.
The Ecuadorian is not here.
The Ecuadorian is not here.
Trust me.
We're going to see, we'll talk to people at the Home Office, see what we can do.
Try to do. We sent our papers.
Yeah.
We sent our letters to say that, we think he's a good
We know him,
lad.
yeah. We're giving what? Employment.
Yeah, we're giving him employment.
We're giving him employment.
Take us under his wing. You see me, fam? Take us
We'll give him housing.
That's right, bro.
Yeah,
Look after.
You look after him and the family, you feel me?
Come to Team Roll Off. You look after the family. You see me? Come to Team Roll Off.
Hey, I said Ecuadorian authorities.
Trust me, bro. Ecuadorian Home Office.
Yeah, fam. But yeah, obviously, retired ain't here this week, so who knows? Maybe it might be nerves from the game, the big game. That's incoming.
You're shaking the table.
I'm just saying that can be one instance. If someone was to look at it, but we move. We'll see anyway. We'll see. We're gonna call him anyway. We're gonna give him a call during the show.
Let's see if he answers.
Yeah, we'll see if he's answering. If he's not answering, you might. You know what it is? If it rings funny, hang up. If it's not the normal UK ring, London ring,
yeah.
Hang up before you start getting international rate charges.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because then he might be really in Ecuador for real.
Behind those bars. Yeah,
it starts going 2 rings quickly. You know the ones there.
What's the Ecuadorian number? I need to find it.
I don't know.
What's like probably at 81 plus 81 or something like that.
Probably. What's Jamaica's on?
Oh shit.
Oh, I put him on the spot there.
What's Jamaica's one?
My bad, bro.
I don't even know. What's Kenya's one?
Plus 254.
Oh.
Yeah, we be doing them talk home cards, yeah.
I can't remember.
It's not important. We move anyway. So I was just asking you anyway outside just before we started how you're feeling today.
Oh, yeah, for the game.
Yeah, for the game today. Obviously, it's the big game. We spoke obviously beforehand last week, but how are you feeling like now, you know, and the game is literally probably like an hour away or so? How are you feeling?
I'm not shocked if we lose, but I do believe we can go away with a point. I do believe we can go away with a point.
What do you think you should go away with? Not what you could go away with, what you should. Like, we should be taking what? A win, a draw. We shouldn't be losing at all to Arsenal.
I believe we should get a draw. That's what we should.
Yeah, like you should. It'll be disappointing, obviously, to lose.
Yeah, but we should get a draw. And the reason for my answer is because we have like 8 injuries. So
but I feel like both of you are going into the game with injuries.
No, but they've got more of a depth of quality. We don't have the same depth of quality on the bench like Arsenal. So, like, say for instance, if Partey is out, then you've got Declan Rice. Or if Declan Rice is out, you've got Partey. That's a player for player, which still gives quality. So, in terms of like United, Eriksen, if Eriksen's playing, he's a quality player, but he's old.
Can't run.
There's no legs there.
That's the problem.
Then if you change him, it's Mason Mount. Now, going off last season, I'm not happy with that purchase, like I said before.
No, but Mount is out.
But and I'm saying that it's a like for like in terms of transitioning. Okay. Like Casemiro, if Casemiro gets injured, who's there to play for him? McTominay.
Yeah.
It's not the same type of quality. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're not given the same consistency. So with today's game, I do believe a draw is fair with what we can deliver. Yeah. If we get more than a draw, listen.
Do you think it's like possible, like out percentage wise? What do you think is? Because United, it's a weird thing because your top 9-10 record is shit away from home. But then against Arsenal, even last season, it's still always a close game.
It always play good.
Yeah, and then like you go to Old Trafford and you always win against them, regardless of form. It's like you always get a good result against Arsenal. So I feel like taking that into account, and you know your team now, obviously you signed Amrabat, so obviously he's not going to play today. I think from what he said, so he's not going to be able to play today. But at least now it kind of gives more confidence, more thing, because obviously it builds on you winning from last week.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you more confidence. Højlund is going to be able to at least play a part.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I think Arsenal, their confidence isn't up like how it was before last season.
What makes you say that?
Like, I thought Arsenal, they've been getting results, but it's not been the performances of especially early last season. And they've been, obviously Arteta's been experimenting, dropping Gabriel, playing Thomas Partey right back instead of playing him in the middle. So I feel the Arsenal fans, definitely, there's not an Arsenal fan that I've met that's been like, I'm so happy with the start to the season. I feel like it's okay.
What did they won 2 and draw 1, innit?
1-2, drawn 1.
Which I don't see that's bad.
It's not bad, but their performances, they could have lost the game. Like last week, even though they won, they could have drawn.
Okay.
There's like one where Adama Traore goes through 1-on-1. He beats, I think, Saliba in a foot race. And if he scores that, then it's a different thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Saliba thought he could do a foot race with Traore.
Yeah, I mean, he was there, but he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he was there, but he wasn't really there. Like, he couldn't stop the shot, basically.
It's basically like Usain Bolt versus Gatlin.
Yeah. That's actually a good analogy.
Yeah,
that's a good analogy. He's there, but he's not there. Yeah.
He's in the comment.
Not really. But he's not really there. Yeah. That's a good analogy.
Like he can get to the entry of the club, but the bouncers are like, give it like 10 minutes. If anyone comes out,
then
you can go
you're
in.
First on call. Stay by your phone.
Trust me, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So I feel like they're not fully confident. Like, I feel like Arsenal season, this game, they're gonna use that as a springboard to like, this is where their season actually starts. Like, they need that result. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel you can play on their kind of lack of confidence.
So the mental game.
Yeah, the mental game. I feel that's where United can get at Arsenal.
I think whoever wins in the midfield today wins the game. And for us, so I was doing a little research, and since the beginning of this season, United have had the most possession in the final third in opposition's box, 29. Okay. After that is Chelsea, and they've had 20. So
in the opposition's box?
Yeah, in the final third. I can get it for you if you want to. I'm not lying.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm like, you said that. I was even. It was Chelsea, because Chelsea, their attack is so dead. But then, so to be fair, yeah.
Position 1 in the final third. Ranking Man United 29.
Yeah. 29%.
29, and well, that doesn't say percentage.
Okay.
29, and then Chelsea after that's 20. Everton 20. Brighton 19. Tottenham 18. So this is the start.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean? From this season, innit?
Okay, fair enough.
Possession sequences. Man United are top over Brighton.
But what's the possession? See what? How many how long you keep the ball for?
Press sequences. So how
press sequences. Okay, pressing.
Yeah,
okay.
Everton are a pressing machine.
Yeah.
And we're pressing more than Brighton.
Yeah. No. I see that in your games this season. You know what I mean? I feel like you are pressing more.
So it's just like,
because you're like, no, being in the team helps you now as a team to push up, so then you can now press more.
So it's just his. I feel like his philosophy is definitely coming into the United way, but I don't feel like it will be this season. I still feel like maybe a season
before what, challenging, or are you saying to challenge?
To be a confident challenger, to be a consistent challenger.
Okay.
That's because
so he still needs one more season.
I feel like that. If we can get a come away with some silverware this year, maybe like an FA Cup.
Yeah.
Because we got 2 finals. Do you know what I mean? Nearly 3. Do you know what I mean? Off a first season, that's a big achievement. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if he had the quality of players that he actually wanted. It might be a different story, but that's if buts or maybes. We don't know the facts. Do you know what I mean? So this year, I would love like a FA Cup.
Yeah. What if we got a Carabao Cup again? How would that?
It's a trophy I don't really rate. Yeah. Obviously, it's silverware, but I feel like that's like something like the level of like Burnley or Aston Villa should really go. You know what I mean? Like,
it's one of them trophies you don't really care about, but then once you start getting like quarterfinals, like once you win your quarterfinal, you're like, well, we might as well
go for it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would love an FA Cup.
Yeah, of course.
FA Cup, but it's a bit more prestige for me.
What about the Champions League?
It depends on who we get in terms of. I feel like we'll get out of the group stage.
Yeah, because you got a good draw.
We got a good draw.
Sevilla.
No, we got Galatasaray.
Oh no,
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, right.
And I think we've got a Greek team.
Yeah. But you had but barring Bayern Munich, you should get out of that group.
Yeah, just me. I feel like so too. And I also feel like in January we might have to spend some bread, because Varane, I feel like this is his last season. I'm tired of
going to Saudi.
He has to go Saudi, man. I'm sorry, bro. The injuries is
too much.
Yeah, bro. But like, how many times was he injured at Real Madrid? Hardly.
Nah, he picked up one mad injury, and then it kind of like stopped, because he used to be mad quick. Remember, he used to be mad, like he was off, but he picked up one, I can't remember what, ACL or something, but literally that like stopped the explosiveness, and then after that he just starts getting these niggles, and he just starts getting these niggles and stuff.
So I appreciate Varane. He's done a lot for us in the last 2 seasons. He's actually brought some stability to the defence. Like, let's not go over, like, obviously I know he's had some shaky performances, but even last season you saw the consistency when he before Martinez got injured. Them two as a partnership took us over 16-17 games, and we won and drew a majority of them. So it's just try not to get him injured. He's like another Martial. When Martial's fit, like, this guy he's a different level.
So that's what pisses you off about Martial?
Not an inconsistency.
Oh, really? As well?
I feel like he's very inconsistent. Don't you feel? Like every time I feel like he's very hit and miss. You don't know what Martial you're gonna get every week.
I feel when he's in good form, he plays very well.
I'm not saying he doesn't play well. I'm just saying you don't know what he might play.
But you don't know what one you're gonna get. But then it's like, if he's coming off an injury or, do you know what I'm saying? The best times that I see Martial play is when he plays consecutive games back to back to back, and then he gets a consistency.
When was that? 20 or 21 when he got 17 goals?
Yeah, something. I can't remember what season
best
it was.
Season in United shirt.
But when he's playing consistently, I feel like that's when you get the best Martial. Whereas like now, it's stop-start. Plays a couple games, he's injured. Then he's coming back from injury, plays a couple games, gets injured. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to... I get what you're saying. You don't know what one you're going to get, but I don't think he has the consistency to then be able to get back to the level.
His knees are shot. They must be shot, mate. His knees are shot, bro.
Yeah, they're finished.
They're I don't know which team's going to... I think he should just go Saudi. Collect your bread, brother.
Yeah. He needs to,
just go Saudi and collect your bread, man.
But that's the problem United had, didn't it? It's like you can't sell your players. You struggle to sell your players.
4 players that we struggled to get rid of was Maguire. But I feel like it was because of Maguire's greed. That's why he didn't get to go.
But I hear it though. Because you lot don't, you want me to go, pay me.
Yeah, but he wanted 12. No,
they said what, 10 or something like that.
No, so no, he wanted he needed to hit. So we offered him 6 the first time.
Yeah, 6.
And then he said he wanted 12, and then we said, cool, we'll give you 10.
Pay
10.
Pay, run me my bread, fam. But you lot are disrespecting man as well.
I don't think we disrespect you. I think we did his business very well. We haven't said we want him out, but he's someone that he's not. He wants to play games. Ten Hag says you have to fight for your place. He's not fight. He's obviously not doing enough to get into the first team. Then find someone else. I feel like right now, if he was at West Ham, look at West Ham's now. They've been flying.
Yeah. No, I feel like he will cut, but at the same time, I feel like pay me my bread. Like, you're not just gonna shortchange. You're the ones that want me gone. You gotta run me my bread, fam. Like, I think because you're a United fan, obviously you looking at it from a different lens. Whether you think you're not, I understand what it's saying, and I understand the same thing if it was like Liverpool, for instance. But I think Maguire,
Maguire is your Henderson. Maguire, yes, Maguire is your Henderson. Captain. He's not really doing what he should be doing as a captain.
Yeah.
Leading on the pitch by physicality.
No, but Henderson was playing though. That was
Maguire. I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about last season. Like last season, the season before that.
But also when Maguire was playing.
Yeah, I
agree.
It's just,
he's dead. Dead guy.
I never wanted him at United.
Really?
Why would I want Maguire at United?
I thought you did. Like when you signed him.
80 million for Maguire. Hear what I'm saying right now. Don't just listen. Don't be rude. That's trolling.
I said don't be rude.
That is trolling. Come on, brother. I don't look at my defensive team and go, yeah, Maguire. No,
but Maguire at the time,
what?
Like you weren't mad at it.
I was never for it.
But you weren't mad at it.
I was never for it. So if I'm not mad,
no, but you don't have to be,
because I don't have I can't get mad over something I've got no control over.
No, but you'd be like, nah, that's like we're fucking up. We should not be spending 80 million on Maguire.
I did say that. He's not that type of caliber of defender.
But then you'd be like, I'm not mad at it. Like, I'm not mad at it. You wasn't mad at it. Like, like you sign someone and you're like fully like, nah, this guy is dead. Like, say like now, Marco with Havertz. There's no like, it's like, he's like, nah, from day one, nah, Havertz has to convince me that he deserves the thing. Whereas, obviously you're like, oh, we shouldn't spend, but then but it's like, okay, cool, but he will still be a good addition. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'll still be an addition, like he'll still help us.
He's
at the time when you signed him.
At the time we signed him.
Coming off the Leicester seasons. It was high in demand. Remember, Man City were after him, remember?
Yeah, Man City should have went for him.
Pep said that you lot just put more money on the table for him.
I just don't feel like he's at the United level. Like that type of pressure, I don't feel like...
Yeah, I feel like he's shown himself that he can't...
Because at Man City, you're slotting in with other great centre-backs. So in a way, you're more comfortable at City than you'd be at United.
Yeah.
Because the situation is a lot better in terms of the system, players that are coming in.
Yeah.
So he took it upon himself to take the Man United challenge.
Yeah.
Which
we rolling technical difficulties. We
For the people that are listening,
yo, where did I plug this into?
on the thing itself.
This.
Yeah. For the people listening, the camera just dropped, so we're just readjusting right now. I know it was in a nice little groove, nice little flow, and that. Tilt it down a bit. Yeah. Yeah. So it was just little technical difficulties and that. It happens. But where was we? I can't
Fun
remember.
soon come.
But yeah, I think Maguire is like, I don't know, man. I hear him. Run me my bread. Run me my bread. My name has been put in the mud through enough.
But what's wrong with 10 mil? We offered you 6, which I thought was disrespectful.
Yeah. But he's owed 12.
But he's owed 12, and we say we can only afford to give you 10.
Sucks to be you guys.
Sucks to be. Literally.
That's a shame.
And also, like, the Glazers took the United off the market.
Yes, sir. I was waiting to say that still. I told you that shit was fugazi, man.
Chelsea took it off the market.
Yeah, I told you, fam. For when Liverpool, I knew them Glazers weren't trying to. I knew they weren't trying to sell you, fam. They were trying to get their stock prices high. Because I remember I saw something that they purchased another team or something.
Who?
The Glazers.
Have they?
Yeah, they purchased like another team, or they were raising capital to Ben thing. So by them saying, obviously they're putting United on the market, they raise stock prices, so on and so forth, get their bread, get that capital and whatnot. So I knew like they weren't gonna sell.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, I knew it was way too good. Apparently, they're valuing it at like 10 billion, something mad, so that they can't sell it.
That's if like a Premier League comes into it or a Champions League. I don't see that happening, because they were saying that because they feel like Ten Hag is doing so good. If he can get some silverware for the next 2 years,
Yeah,
they can sell in 2025 for 10 billion. Now, to me,
they were bugging.
they were offered
They were offering what, 4 to 6
they were
billion,
offered
innit?
5 billion and an extra billion to help with like
Yeah.
the facilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bruv, that's what I've been saying for the last 3-4. How long have we doing podcast? 3 years, yeah. I've been saying this, but we are a business. We are not a football team.
But every
bruv.
team is a business, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's a.
But United is like.
But the point is to win trophies.
But remember, you gotta remember, you're publicly traded. You have like people can buy shares of United.
That's not a football team.
That's what I'm saying. You're a football team.
We're a commercial football. No, we're a commercial.
Yeah.
We're a commercial football team.
So,
But for you to bring in bread, you have to win, because sponsors only really want winners. Unless you've got.
but you got a big global brand.
I hear that. But imagine if we're actually winning.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? So off the season of last season.
But then, isn't you lot's problem that their Glazers are just holding money? So you could be making more money, but then the Glazers just say, "All right, well, we'll put that in our pocket." That's dividends, isn't it?
That's what can I say, innit?
But I feel like this summer, I'm glad for you guys, because now you get to feel how it is to not really spend. Even though you lot still spend, like normally you lot spend a lot more than what you spend in the summer, innit? So this is like a summer where you lot had to starve, like as a Liverpool fan, we've been starving. So like even you lot will complain, but you'll still have like 200 million pound summers, but you'll get like, so like Anthony, the thing is like, I think you just wasted money. Like Anthony, 85 million.
That was a big waste.
That's a huge. That's why you're getting Verkhorst in January to go on loan, because you got no bread. But had you got a decent winger for 40 million, you could have got someone easily. You could have got Elise, even like say from Palace.
That was a discussion on Twitter that Ten Hag is always trying to get former players.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between him and Pep. Because Jose Mourinho still gets try against former players.
Yeah.
So
but it depends on the manager, I think, because it works for some managers and for others it may not.
Yeah, but I personally would have went for Anthony. There's a lot more wingers.
Anthony, yeah, there's more.
Who like a lot more wingers who would, I feel like, would be a bit more direct.
But some people are saying maybe Ten Hag doesn't have the draw to attract these other players.
I think after the last season he does.
I feel like now he does. Yeah. But I feel maybe last summer going into United, maybe he doesn't have the pool to get the players that he would like ideally want.
So that's why you went for.
So then you start going for people that you know, so you can at least try and implement some things from Ajax, for instance.
It's a difficult one, when mate. It's a difficult one. Because Ajax, they've been doing poor. And since he's come to United, we've been actually doing good. And I feel like 9 times out of 10, it's the players that let him down.
Yeah. I feel like
9 times out of 10.
I said it last week, and I feel like you won't really challenge for major honours to, I think, especially Bruno, Rashford, but I think a lot of the players have to go. Majority, I think 80% of your squad has to leave.
I thought about that, and I think Luke Shaw used to be one.
Luke Shaw has to go. I think majority of your team,
I think Bruno should stay.
Bruno is like, I'm on the fence for Bruno, I don't know.
Martial needs to go.
Rashford has to go.
Do you feel like Rashford has to go?
Rashford, if you want to be a top team, Rashford can't be your main man.
But that's my point. We're not trying to make him the main man.
But I feel like
We just need a front three who can collectively score goals like prime front three Liverpool, Mane and.
But then you're talking about one of the best front threes. You think so? You gotta look at it like you want your striker probably to be hitting ideally like 15 to 20 Premier League goals in the season. Anything over 15 Premier League goals is a good season because if you got your wingers,
if he's doing 12 to 15, and my wingers are doing 10, maybe 8 to 10. To me, that's a great front three.
Yeah, because if you got Rashford, you would expect Rashford maybe like 10 to 15.
So he's definitely Rashford this season would definitely score 10 to 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Rashford, you would say 10 to 15. Anything gets over is a bonus.
Anthony 4.
Damn. How can Anthony be on 4? He got 5 last season, no? He got like 5 or 6 last season.
No, he got 4 or 3.
He got like 5 or 6 last season. I'm sure he did.
Which Anthony you talking about? Right wing?
Yeah, you're Anthony.
I'm talking about. I'm thinking he might get 4 or 5 goals this season.
Nah, you're bugging, man.
What?
You're bugging, man.
How am I bugging? I'm going off what I saw last season. So what am I going?
You know what? Let's bet. I bet you.
The what? He's gonna score more than 5 goals?
More than 5 Premier League goals
this season.
More than 5 Premier League goals this season. Yeah, he scored more than 5.
Alright, cool. What is it?
How much you want to bet?
20.
Yeah, 20. I was gonna say 20 as well.
Cool.
Because I don't have that much trust in him. I got trust in him, but not that much.
So I'm saying Anthony
will score
over 32 Premier League games, he's gonna score more than 5 goals.
Yeah, so your remaining amount of games, you score more than 5 Premier League goals.
And also with your Pepe discussion,
Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah, with Jadon Sancho. After this season, we can have that analogy.
Nah.
Yes, we can.
I think Pepe was.
He's only scored.
Pepe's been better than Sancho though.
Bro, he's in Premier League. When they said 27 goals, that was all competitions. That wasn't the Premier League.
For who?
For Pepe.
Yeah, all comps.
Yeah, it's all comps, not Premier League.
Yeah.
And then when I did the research the other day, I think Pepe only scored like 19 Premier League goals in the 3 seasons he was at Arsenal. And Jadon Sancho was on like 11. So then
11. What in all? For the time?
The 2 seasons. So if he scores the same amount of goals as Pepe,
no, because Pepe was playing well in like Europa leagues and other cup competitions as well, and also helped them. I mean, yeah, he helped them get a trophy, and he was a main like player. It was not like Sancho was like in and out of the team, but he's more out than in of the team. Sancho's gone away to go and work on himself during the season. Like that's like the level of a guy that knows raw. Like man has been.
Well, maybe that was
shit.
Maybe that was a realization, and that he maybe needs to pull his boots up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Pepe was the main man, like regardless of Arsenal until towards the end. Do you get what I'm saying? And Pepe's had way better performances than Sancho. I can't lie. I think Sancho's a better player than him, but Sancho hasn't shown it. So I don't think he has.
Pepe scored 16 goals
in the league.
Yeah, in the league, and Sancho's on 9. So it can't be that bad.
But remember, Pepe. But we're not saying that Pepe was the greatest player, like for Arsenal. He was still labelled a flop.
Okay,
but he still
was consistent.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? He was still had like a level of consistency, and at times he would play well. Like I can remember. Whereas Sancho is
you know, it reminds me of
4.
Nani.
You're disrespecting Nani.
You're talking about Nani was never consistent.
Nah, but Nani had a season. He was good. What?
One season?
Yeah. Sancho had a season.
Okay, but that's my point though. That's Nani, the one that we project as a high winger,
proclaimer.
Do you know what I mean? Established player. That we all rate. I'm saying we all, but you know what I mean? But he had one consistent season at United.
But that was a high level season. Yeah, that season he was crazy.
Remember I said to you with Maguire, if you were still go Man City, and because of the system, you're comfortable enough to express yourself and put yourself in those pockets and play. I feel like that's what was Nani. Nani came into a system which was a great system, which allowed him to be creative and be the player.
So you're trying to say Nani was a system player? I thought Nani was probably like the furthest thing from a system player, because he's like they're maverick players that they just do whatever.
Like he would be, it's like Nani would be inconsistent for 3 games, and then he'd do something mad in the 4th. So he's forgiven for the last 3. That's not good though. That's not good.
No, but Nani, but the team was functioning. So like he was still doing. I don't know how to say. Like the team was still functioning and he will win. But then when he had the consistent season, he was like the game changer, the game winner. thing, and he was doing it in Europe as well. It's not even like just the league. Champions League, he was going crazy. That one where that little chop thing that he done at the Emirates, and he cuts through, I think it's Clichy or something, and then he lobs the keeper, like he lobs Almunia, I think, or whoever it was, or Chesney, whoever was in goal. Like he has those type of moments. He has them ones where, but Sancho don't have. I feel like the only game that you can say raw was probably like Sancho was Liverpool last season, where Sancho, I feel like that's the best or one of the better games I've seen of Sancho when you not won 3-1 against us last season.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the better games. So, but he has good games here and there, but he's always on the peripheral. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas Nani will do it to be like, I'm the main man of. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like at Dortmund, I don't know. I feel like at Dortmund, maybe there's no pressure. At Dortmund, there isn't a pressure. Because what do Dortmund are second every year or third?
Nah, Dortmund are whack now, you know.
Yeah, but
they're very meaty.
I'm talking about when Haaland and
Thing was there.
Bellingham and Sancho were there.
Yeah, they were finishing high though.
But that's my point. There's no pressure, so he could express himself and just, you know.
But he would have good Champions League games. Champions League games, he was having cold Champions League. That's why it was like, that's why the gas was there, because he was doing it like PSG away when they've done behind closed doors. He was going crazy to the point where Neymar was like, Sancho, he's actually like
Sancho's
great technical ability, and he was doing it in Europe. Man City, I think he even scored when he scored at home against them. He was putting on great performances in the Champions League. So the drop is different. Do you get what I'm saying? Like now to what he's performing at United, it's like I feel like he's trying to do things, but maybe he doesn't have the players that he had at Dortmund.
I feel like he's like another Martial. I think he needs link up play.
Yeah. That's
I feel like he needs someone to feed off for him to bring out the best out of him. So I feel like when you look at Eriksen, for instance, who's usually beside Sancho, Eriksen ain't got the legs. Where Mason is more someone who could press and run with Sancho and do 1-2s and, you know, maybe do, you know what I mean, some flair stuff with. So I don't know. I think sometimes it could be the players around you. His football IQ is very high.
It's high.
It's very high. But I don't know.
I agree.
And maybe
I think he's maybe at the wrong team. I think he's at the wrong team. I think the way you guys play, you lot play for transitions and like quick football.
But that was Dortmund though when he was there.
No, but I think but what is with Dortmund, they had more technical players. So the players, whether it's like he's bouncing the pass off, say, even when Thingy's gone, maybe like Halle or then he's like, you know, passing it to the Hood or, you know, Bellingham, like I was saying, for instance. I think he's got more technical players where they can kind of like work. Whereas the way he plays, he may bounce a pass off, but then Rashford takes the ball. So let's say like he passes it to him and then Rashford will just take the ball. He's now trying to do ISO one-on-one with the winger, with the fullback. Whereas Sancho's probably gone for a return. Like you pass it off to him, you run and then play the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? But that kind of thing is thing because you've got more individual type of forwards as well. Because I think, but Rashford essentially. True. Because Rashford, once he gets the ball, he's one of them guys like, once he gets in a certain area,
he wants to shoot.
Yeah, you can just tell from the first touch. You know when Rashford gets the ball and he takes, like kind of rolls it on like the first touch, he wants to now take the fullback on. Whereas maybe he could do more 1-2s, more like
integrate the team.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like more passing it around, create more triangles, more overloads, and then passing it through.
Instead of being a spearhead, I think as a false nine, Rashford could actually do good.
I don't think so.
In terms of being the last person to come into the box to take a shot on, and because Rashford can pass the ball, he can stretch play.
Yeah, he can stretch the play. In terms of, but I feel like more in his like running. I think because even Jose was like because with Rashford, the problem with him, the reason why he struggles with 9, he can't play with like his back to goal. He can't do the number 9 things that you would need to do. So he can do the things of like running in behind, but the actual holding up of play, bringing others into play.
Yeah, but Haaland hardly does that.
Huh?
Haaland hardly does that.
No, Haaland does that though.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying hardly.
Yeah, but when he has to do it, he does it. But Rashford struggles. The ball bounces off him. He's not that guy. Like Rashford is more, you want him on the left.
Correct.
And then that's why I think like Højlund or Martial is good. Like you see more the best of Rashford once he's on the left because he's got someone that he can kind of then like work with essentially. He's not good at, he needs space and then drive into the space rather than turning and holding the defender off and working the that's not his natural game, and especially for false nine, you will need that still because you need to get a ball, play the ball under pressure, and then bring others into play. I think that's where Rashford he struggles a lot. Because I remember Jose saying it in the Sky Sports studio. He's like, Rashford is a great player, but when they were trying to say like, oh, what about as a number 9? Jose was just like, nah, he doesn't have the game for a number 9, but left wing, that's his position. I think that's where it's more effective. I think once you play number 9 this season, you're not as effective. But
I also feel like Martial's really effective on the left. Do you know what I mean? That's why I said Martial playing up front. I was never really for it.
I think they alternate. I think if they can alternate, it can work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be static. Like, you're just there on the left and you're just there in the middle. I think they can alternate. What the game calls for. I think
we need a front three that can all alternate. Like I said, Anthony, I'm not really convinced. I'm giving him this season.
Yeah,
maybe like if he scores more than 5 goals,
you'd be happy.
I guess so, because he's past my expectations.
That's a £85 million forward you bought.
Where have you seen 5? Where have you seen 5 million?
85 million.
But where have you seen the 5 million? Forget about the 80. Just have you seen 5 million worth of pound of a player in him? Have you seen a £5 million worth of player in him?
This nigga's
man does spins with the ball and then passes it and then misplaces the boss. He does one-on-ones, shakes his leg and then
disrespectful. Brother, you ain't even seen 5 million. Forget the 80. You ain't even seen
I haven't seen 5 million. I've seen 3 million when he scored against Arsenal. Hopefully he can recover like that today. You know what I mean? Like,
but you know what it is, Anthony's one of them weird players, because it depends on the game. Because some games, I watch him and he's lethal.
Like the last game,
like even the last game when he hit the post as well. But he has those like a lot,
and he's using his right foot more.
Yeah, and he's using his right foot. He's a weird like kind of guy. I feel like he can get more output. That's the thing. I feel like he can get more output, but I understand his overall game is dead because sometimes he needs to take on people, but he hasn't got the thing to take on people.
I feel like it's so much samba.
But then he's kind of similar to like Sancho, where they need the link up. They need people running around with the link up, and then that's where I see more of the best of Anthony. And Anthony can do that kind of pass around the corner, flicking around 1, 2.
He's talented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's a talented boy.
He's not great. I'm not saying that he's great, but like he could do more. But do you know what I'm saying? He can do more, but he does show like. The reason why I think he can do more is because he does show like moments. The moments that he shows, sometimes he cuts onto the left and the way he shoots and the way it's like, how can I say? It looks like it's
effortless.
Not effortless, but it's like repeatable. Like it's not like that was just a crazy shot that he done. It looks like he can do that every single time. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's there. It's something in his arsenal. But I think because maybe the combinations on around him, it doesn't help to utilize more. But I feel like he can do more. There is something there. Whether it's going to be good enough for United, I still don't think it's good enough for where you're trying to go. But there's more there. He can do more. Do you get what I'm saying? There's the ability. There is ability there. I understand what I understand as I watch him more. I understand what Ten Hag was thinking, but Ten Hag was still wrong. For 85 million, you were way, way, way wrong.
Yeah, because he just signed a deal. He still had 4 years left on his contract.
He signed another one.
So he
signed an extension.
Yeah, Anthony signed an extension. So he had like 4 years or 5 years. So he had to buy him out a lot of money.
This is why you be wondering why you got no money in the summer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have like things like Mount. I wouldn't have went for Mount. I would have went for Maddison.
Yeah, but see, like, that's hindsight, though, isn't it?
No, that's not in hindsight. I always would have went for Maddison. Madison's been cold. He's been cold. He should have went Arsenal when he had the chance.
Well, have you seen Maddison this season for Tottenham?
I know he scored last game.
Yeah, he scored last game. He's been cold this season still.
Maddison's been cold.
I think he's definitely.
I rate him more than Mount only because Maddison's had a less quality team and still performed in Premier League week in, week out. Even though he has
won the FA Cup.
He's won the FA Cup. Did he win the Premier League with Leicester?
No, he didn't. But he won the FA Cup. They beat Chelsea in the final.
Yeah, like I still think Maddison is cold to me. I would take Maddison over Mount any day, bro.
Yeah, even Tottenham are going crazy this season.
That is the no Kane effect. Someone had to say it. I said it.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
No Kane effect. That's crazy. Like,
Nah, I think Tottenham this year they've been very good. I think Tottenham are like definitely been a surprise team. I don't think no one's been looking at them.
do you
anyway,
think it's just new manager bounce? Do you think by January?
I don't know. You know, I think Tottenham are going to be the team, yeah, where they're like.
What do you think if they were the Premier League?